Okay, for each of these problems, we're going to find a region, and we're going to record the vertices, the coordinates on those regions. So for each problem, I'm going to use a few different colors to graph them. So our first one on this one is x is greater than or equal to 1. So this is the only one we can't put in our calculator. And this will be a solid line. So x is always on the x-axis, straight up and down. So we're going to go to 1 and we're going to draw a vertical line at 1. It's a solid line because it's equal to. And then we want greater than. So with your colored pencil, you want to shade to the right. Everything greater than 1 means 2, 3, 4, and so forth. So I'm going to use my crayon and I'm going to shade to the right. So this is our first piece. And that's the only one we actually can't put in our calculator. Now our second one is already calculator ready, as we talked about. This is also going to be a solid line because it's equal to. And this is a greater than. So we're going to look for the shading that looks like this. That's the greater than. So we're going to go to the calculator and type it in. So clear out whatever you have in your calculator. We're going to type in x plus 1. And we're going to go over here and we're going to do greater than. So select greater than on yours. And then I'm going to hit zoom 6. So there's our picture. So let's hit trace and it pops up on 0, 1. And then let's find one other point. So how about 1? At 1 it's 2. So 1 and 2. So there's our line. So now connect it with your straight edge. And we're going to shade. So this time we're going to shade above. So I'm going to use a different color to shade above. And we're looking for where everything shades together, remember? So far where my two colors overlap is this blue and red here. The last one we're going to graph is y is less than. So that one we're going to look for where it shades below, like this. And one more time we have a solid line. So we're going to pull up our calculator, go y, clear this out, and put 8. And let's go over here and do less than. So it's this one here. Hit graph, and there it is. So if we hit trace, it pops up on 8. So at 8, it looks like it is a line straight through 8. And so we're going to shade below on this one. Purple. So we're going to shade below, and now we're looking for where all of them shade together. So you can see that they all shade together right in here. So we made this triangle. So what we want to find out at that point is these vertices. This one, and this one. So this vertice would be over 1 up 2. So that would be 1, 2 would be one of them. This one would be over 1 up 8. Would be a second one. And our last vertice would be over 7 up 8. So that would be the 3 vertices that make this triangle. And we'll do something more with those vertices tomorrow. I would like for you to go ahead and turn to the second page of this, and let's look at number 4 together. We're going to go through this one. We have 2 that are calculator ready. Of course, this one, calculator won't let us do. And then we have 2 that are not calculator ready. Let's do this one first. X is greater than or equal to 0. So that's a vertical line at 0. We talked about. And let's use a light color on that. So greater than would be everything over here. And this was a solid. Right, so our second one is going to be y is greater than or equal to 0. So we'll put in 0, and greater than is the one like this, and we'll hit graph. So it's everything above there. So we draw a horizontal line. So if you look, it's just at 0, and we're going to shade a button. And go above. So far, everything they have in common is quadrant 1. Right there. Okay? So now we have 2 that are not calculator ready. So let's start with the x plus y greater less than or equal to 4. So we're going to subtract x. So now it is calculator ready. We don't need to change the sign because we didn't divide by negative. So we're going to put this in our calculator. And that's a less than. So we're going to pick the less than symbol this time. And again, a solid line. So 4 minus x. There's our picture. So let's hit trace. It looks like 0, 4. So right here. And we need one other point. So how about 1? That's 3. So we'll connect those dots and then shade. And it looks like we're going to shade down. Color, and we're going to shade below. So now we have so far this little triangle here. So we're keeping. And we have one more line to solve, so we'll subtract 2x on this. And that one again is ready to go. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and put that in your calculator. So clear this out, and this one is a less than equal to also. Six minus 2x, graph. Let's see, we'll hit trace. 0, 6. And then we'll need one other point. How about 2 is at 2. And connect those. Alright, so put in your graph, and then we will shade, and this time we're going to shade below. So one more color. So I'm going to shade below that line, and so we're looking for where all the things shade together. So if you see that right here, you've got this little figure right here, and everything shaded together right there. So we're going to try to figure out those points. Use it looks like we have a point here at 0, 0. The point up here looks like, I'll put them here, 0, 0. This point here looks like it's 0, 4. This point here looks like it's 3, 0. And this point here I think was 2, 2. So we're looking for that shape that we make. So in each of these problems you should come up with a region or shape. This time it was a 4-sided figure that we found. Now you try the rest. Come up with these ordered pairs because we're going to use those tomorrow.